Your second Cyhawk game at home since you became the head coach here. What do you remember about the atmosphere of the first one, and what do you anticipate for this?
Well, the atmosphere was phenomenal, and our fans. I mean, we trust them. We know they're going to show up for us. We know they're going to bring great energy. We know they're going to bring great enthusiasm. We love to hear that. It also sounds like I know there's a lot of hard places to play in college basketball, and I know there's a lot of difficult home environments. We'd put ours up against any, and we trust our fans. So we're excited for the challenge for our fans to really come out and create that same atmosphere in that environment, because they were a big contributor to our win last time at home. So excited for that same type of environment come tomorrow.
You guys extensively pushed the pace on Friday against DePaul. What kind of led to that, and did you like how your team responded in practice, I guess?
Yeah, I think a few things. Like when people press us, we're not going to just try to break the press. We're going to attack it and score, and we're fortunate we've got multiple ball handlers and a lot of guys that are shooting the ball with confidence, so we can do that. When teams change defenses, it gives us the opportunity to attack in different ways, which we embrace that as well. So the game called for that type of offensive attack plan, and each game is different. So we'll be intentional to putting the best plan in place that gives us a chance to win come game night.
Feels like the first two meetings since you've been the head coach with Iowa have kind of been, interesting, maybe off script, it feels like. I mean, you really shut them down, suffocated them in the first one, and they kind of turned the tables unexpectedly based on their pedigree, offense driven and all that. The second time, how would you describe how in this series, because you've been part of it as an assistant lots of times, the unexpected can happen quite a bit?
Yeah, I think the important thing is that we control what we can, which is be the more physical team, be the more aggressive team, be the first team to the floor for a loose basketball, be the team that takes pride in winning the rebounding battle. Do all the effort-based things. Those are controllables. As you mentioned, neither of the games, came down to the final few minutes to determine the winner. And for us to be in the position we want to be in, we've got to control what we can, which is all those effort-based, controllable things that we focus on and we practice every single day to carry over to game night.
Coach, for someone who hasn't maybe experienced this rivalry game up close, what is your biggest advice to freshmen or new players on the roster on how to handle the environment, the emotions, the rivalry, all of those different things?
Well, we're fortunate to be at home, to have the best fan base and a rowdy fan base, and one that'll be highly engaged in this game. So the great part is if you're new to it, whether you're a transfer or whether you're a freshman, you've got 14,500 people that are behind you every play, which is a great, thing to have. So in any rivalry game or any game of magnitude, you've got to expect that it's going to be competitive. You got to expect that there's going to be a fight, and we practice every day in such a manner to prepare ourselves for all those opportunities. Excited for the one in front of us, and excited for our guys who it is their first time to embrace that as well.
Kind of an interesting question, I guess. Now that the college football regular season and conference champion stuff is winding down a little bit, and college basketball seems to be taking a greater stage nationally, how important are games like this in terms of creating national interest in the sport?
Yeah, I mean, it's, certainly I care about our team, our program, our fans more than anything, and I know these are the type of opportunities that we all look forward to as competitors. You want to play these type of games and have these type of opportunities. So whatever that means beyond that, that's far above, my thought process, our pay grade. I care about our players, our fans, our university, and making sure that we're in a great spot and we're playing competitive games like this one.
What have you seen from Iowa offensively?
They're a team. Obviously, they score the ball at a high clip. They're a group that really pushes the pace on made and missed field goals. They really get out and go. They've got very skilled players across the board. Cricky has given them a unique dynamic as a five-man who can be a playmaker and take you off the dribble. And the fact that he's left-handed and wants to get that left hand is a unique dynamic. They're a team that also goes to the offensive boards really hard, and they've got great size and length out there. So it makes sense. They don't turn the basketball over at a very high clip. They push the pace and are effective doing that, and they get a lot of their misses. So all the things that go into having successful offense, they certainly have done. And then again, you've always got to be aware on the other end of the changing defenses too.
For Taman, obviously the triple-double Friday was big, but what have you seen from him with his usage rate shooting up and basically everything going up in tandem with it, where there hasn't been a drawback for him being more involved?
I think what you're seeing from is his confidence is really high. He knows our team believes in him, and we're counting on him. And he's the ultimate competitor, so he loves those challenges. So I think your usage rate goes up. I mean, he has more opportunities. He's proving in those opportunities that he can either initiate offense, create an advantage, knock down a mid-range or get to the rim, or hit the three-point shot. So there's so many things he's doing well, which elevates his usage rate. So, I mean, it speaks volumes to just who he is and how hard he works every single day, because we've seen it, like I think, you see every single game for those of us who are living it with him, and you kind of expect his greatness, it really is not even fair to him because of the progress he keeps making is phenomenal. And so we're fortunate to have him as our leader.
TJ, you've been a master at the reboot. What are some of the key elements that has allowed your roster to successfully turn over? And I underline the word successfully.
More than anything, I think it's as a coach, you bring in guys that, they care about Iowa State basketball. They have character. They want they want your team to succeed, but then you have to lean into their individual strengths and their skill set. And I'd say what we're seeing this year more and more as we expand things offensively, we go into some four-guard lineups, and whether it's attacking a press, attacking a zone, or spacing the floor, we're able to, have a little more pace to how we play. We're doing a really good job valuing the basketball, and we're continuing to play for one another. So I'd say it's being adaptive to the strengths of the players you have so you can put them in the best position to be successful. And then it's overall like it's their buy-in, right? It's when you're in the recruiting process, it's letting them know what they're signing up for every day, and then upholding that standard. So we take a lot of pride in how we work every day, and we've been fortunate that the guys we've had come in, whether whatever the year it's been, that they've really cared about our team winning, which ultimately gives you a chance every night out.
Coach, Taman's impressions offensively have been great this year, especially with the shooting improvement. But how much do you feel like his defense has improved on a night-to-night basis from his freshman year in all facets?
Well, he's as good of an on-ball defender as there is anywhere. And as much as his physical skills are a part of that, his mental skills, his toughness, he doesn't make mental errors very often. He competes. There's such a thing as you can feel the fight on the basketball when he's guarding, and that there's just a mindset of like you're not going to get where you want to go, or you're not going to get the shot you want. Then certainly rebounding is a big part of defense and having a successful defense, and he's done that at an elite rate. His off-ball defensive decision-making's been really good, and he finds a way to impact plays every single play. You feel his presence. So it's a credit to how much he's really able to get done on both sides of the ball, because often you just talk about his offense and his improvements he's made there we talk about, but man, he does a whole lot on both sides of the basketball, and he does it playing heavy minutes.
Trey, going back to Friday, had a huge offensive game. How big was that for him? I know he'd been in foul trouble a little bit before, and seems like he was really locked in on both ends, but obviously 24 points speaks for itself.
Trey gives us a weapon offensively, somebody that can bring a physicality to our offense, that can score in the paint, that can finish plays, that can post smaller guys, that can catch passes on rolls and take a dribble and attack the goal. And we need to continue to lean into those strengths. Where we're going to continue to challenge and elevate him is on the offensive glass, because those are as good of attempts as you can get. You're near the rim. The defense is at duress. So something that we talked about at the beginning of the year is the challenge of him setting out to lead the league in rebounding. I think this opportunity in front of him and how he impacts it on the glass is going to be, really important to the success that we have. So it's great to see it from Trey. His confidence is growing, and we need him to continue to step up.
With how well Taman's playing, Trey having a big game on Friday. It seems like Jackson has kind of settled into that spark plug role for you guys off the bench. You guys kind of finding that rotation and that identity of how the pieces fit together now, I guess?
Yeah, I think we are. Certainly you plan things in the offseason, and I was, as excited about Hassan and the developments and changes he had made coming into the year. So you build your team in the summer, into the fall, into the season, saying, hey, this is a weapon, how we're going to utilize it. Now, when he goes out of the lineup, it's easy to say, like, hey, everybody step up or next man up, but you have to, regroup a little bit as a team and figure out what your greater strengths are, what combinations work, because, when you're planning on him at 20 to 25 minutes a game, you don't just put somebody else in those minutes. So I do think we're looking at 4 guards more. You're seeing us play 4 guards more, and it's been effective for us. Specifically with Jackson, I've been so proud of him because the energy, and you used like the spark off the bench, like that he's given us, and you can see it immediately. And we're going to continue to demand that from him because that's something that's probably new to him. He's probably always been the best player or the primary guy in his team, and now he understands what we need in that capacity. I know he's got a lot of toughness and grit and fight, so it's great to see him do that because we need that energy he's been bringing to us has been really good for our team, and it's helped us, create a better rotation and substitution pattern for sure.
TJ, you've been around this place for a lot of games where the crowd is really jacked and loud and whatever goes along with that. Do you notice which against what opponent would the crowd get more like that, against Iowa or against Kansas?
Yeah, I know in both games, and our fans are really awesome and really bring it. And I can't, speak to exactly, if I could tell you during the game which one is louder or more intense or that sort of thing. I can say that our fans have a lot of pride. Our fans have a lot of passion. Our fans, it really matters to them that our team does well, and that energy shows up for us on game night. So let's just look at our opportunity tomorrow to be the loudest one we've ever had and focus on that one. And that's the job in front of us for our players. Play the best they can to get a win. Let's challenge our fans to have it be their best one as well, and then we'll worry about the others after that.